All right, this week we are going to talk about planting plants and gardens. I have this chart here for you showing the life cycle of a plant. We'll go more depth into this tomorrow and talk about all this more tomorrow. Today I'm going to read you the listening story is called A Time to Plant, and it is with the Hunter family. It's Grandma and Dave are our characters in this one. You should have this paper with this from the back of your book because you're going to be cutting and gluing. And this shows Grandma and Dave part of our story. So I'm going to put mine up on my little board here for you to see. You can look at your own picture too. You have that in front of you. You can look at that while I read the story. Okay. So I'm going to read you the listening story. So turn your imaginations on. You can look at the picture and listen to my story. Time to plant. Dave picked up one of the many seed packets spread across the picnic table. I like this packet. The seeds rattle inside. Grandma smiled. You hear the corn seeds. They look just like corn we eat, but they are dry. That makes them rattle inside the packet. Are we going to plant corn? Dave asked. Yes, we will. Corn plants get very tall, so we will put them in 2 rows in the back of the garden, Grandma explained. Late in the summer, we'll be able to eat corn. We'll be able to eat cobs of juicy yellow corn. Dave was looking at another packet. Here's something else yellow. This isn't a plant to eat, is it? This time, Dave was looking at a packet of yellow marigold seeds. Grandma took Dave by the hand and showed him the layout of the garden. See this corner section of the garden? I can see this spot from my kitchen window, so I always plant a little circle of flowers. Marigolds are flowers, in case if you didn't know. Can you help me decide which flowers to plant? Are there any other yellow flowers? I like yellow. Dave was already back at the table looking through the seed packets. Last year, I planted nasturtiums. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. They were yellow and orange. I surprised Grandpa one day by putting one in his salad because I learned that they are okay to eat. Did he like it? Dave put his hand in front of his mouth like he was almost said yuck, but he knew Mother didn't like him to talk that way about food. Grandma was laughing. No, Grandpa wouldn't even try it. He said he'd stick to lettuce and carrots and radishes in his salad. I vote for these. Dave was again holding the packet of big yellow marigolds. Good, we'll plant marigolds. They always grow well and will be pretty until the frost comes to, to nip the garden at the start of winter. Where will we plant these? Dave held up a packet of carrot seeds. The orange will be pretty growing right by the yellow flowers. Grandma was laughing again. They are pretty orange, but they won't be pretty until we pull them out in the fall. All the orange hides under the ground until it's time to eat them. Look at the picture. So when you plant carrots, carrots grow underneath the ground. He was thinking that the orange part of the carrot was going to be up and you'd see it next to the yellow flowers. But they're in the ground, you have to dig them out. You only see the top of the carrot plant. I don't know if that's on one of our pictures. No. We have beans, lettuce, and the marigolds on our, but we're going to be gluing. All right. Well, let me continue. The leafy top of the carrot is what you see. We'll plant a little square patch of them here next to the yellow marigolds. Here comes Grandpa. Let's show him what we plan to do. Grandma was getting her hoe from the wheelbarrow. We're ready to plant, Grandpa. Dave grabbed Grandpa's hand and led him to the edge of the garden. Back in the back, we will put in the corn because Grandma says the plants get really tall. And over there on the side, we'll put the carrots. but you won't be able to see them because they hide underground until it's time to eat them. And here in the front corner, we'll put in the flowers." Then turning to Grandma, Dave asked, "Grandma, will you be able to give Grandpa marigolds in his salad?" Grandpa picked up Dave and swung him around in a big circle. "Now, Dave," said Grandpa as he winked at Grandma, "don't you give your grandma any ideas." He didn't want any flowers in his salad. All right. See if you were paying attention to my story, and I'll ask you some questions. Have you ever helped plant a garden? And how did you decide where to plant things? So I don't know if some of you plant gardens or not. When I was a little girl, we used to always plant a garden. I used to always plant with my mom. Would usually the parents tell you. My mom, I remember as a kid, what my parents would give us a special section in a garden that we were allowed to play in and dig in the dirt with. My brother would have like little backhoes and scoops. We'd and trucks. We'd fill up the trucks and make roads and put our cars. We had special toys we'd play with out in the garden and dig in the dirt. Those were some fun things to do. We had our special play area in the garden where we didn't plant anything, that we were allowed to play in the dirt. And I did the same thing with Carson when he was little. He got to play in a special part of our garden. All right, where did Grandma and Dave decide to plant the corn and why? Where did they decide to plant the corn? How many rows? How many rows were they going to plant? Two rows in the back of the garden. Why did they want to have them in the back? Because they were tall. The corn grows really tall, sometimes taller than grown-ups, depending on which kind you plant. Let's see. Where did Grandma and Dave decide to plant the marigolds and why? Remember, the marigolds were the flowers, yellow flowers. Do you remember where? In a circle in the front, so Grandma could what? Remember, she said she liked to look out her window, her kitchen window, and then see them. So they planted them to the front so she could see them from her kitchen window. Where did Grandma and Dave decide to plant the carrots? Where did they say they would plant the carrots? In a square area near the marigolds. What had Grandma done? Oh, there's that word again. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this word. With the nasturtium flower. Nasturtium? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Last summer. The flowers that she planted last summer. What did she do with them? Remember, what did she, when she made Grandpa's salad, what did she do? She found out that those flowers, some flowers you can eat. Now, not all. So don't go grabbing flowers and thinking you can eat them. Because some you can't. You could get sick. But they were special ones that were edible. Edible means you can eat it. So she put them in his salad. But what did Grandpa say? I'm not eating any flowers, and he went and tried them. Why do you suppose Dave's family has a family policy about not saying foods are yucky? Remember, so Dave put his hand over his mouth because he was going to say, "Oh, that's yucky. You put a flower in his salad." Why do you think he stopped? He put his hand up and stopped himself before he said, "Ooh, yuck." Why do you think his family has a rule about that? Because his parents don't, that's not good manners, and you're not showing that you're thankful for things. If you're saying, "Ooh, yucky, you don't want this or try that," you're not showing God that you're thankful for things. Alrighty. Let's move on to our picture here. And you have your 3 to cut out. So let's cut these out. It says, cut out the pictures, glue them where you want the seeds to grow. So you get to glue them where you want them. And the only thing that we talked about in the story were the marigolds. You have marigolds, beans, and lettuce. So it says plant them where you want them. So you can put these any place on here. It doesn't matter. There's no particular order. It doesn't have to be in a certain order. I'm going to cut mine out. And if you look at this picture, it says marigolds. And in our story, what color did it say marigolds were? It says yellow. And I'm looking at this picture, and this flower to me looks like almost like an orange. If you look in that, doesn't it almost look like an orange? So that's confusing. They should have made it yellow. They're supposed to be yellow. So I don't know why they did that to confuse kids. Alrighty, let's get our glue sticks. Put a dab of glue. Oh, my glue stick's getting a little low here. Little dab of glue here. You don't need a lot. You don't have to put tons of glue on. Just need a dab. See how I just put a dab, just a dab of glue. I'll put the marigolds. Didn't she like to have them? I'll put them down at the bottom. I'll put my lettuce up here. And my beans over here next to the marigolds. So yours, they don't have to be in the same order. They can be in any order, doesn't matter. If you want your marigolds up there, you can put them up there. It's a cute little bunny. That's one thing. One thing, sometimes you have to put a little fence up around your garden because bunnies will come in and eat your food. Excuse me. Yep, those bunnies will come in and do that. All right, you can turn your page over. Practice writing your upper and lowercase e. And I'm going to get out my chart here. We'll talk about, when you're talking about bossy R. Oh, speaking of bossy R, we also have these that you can cut out. I'm going to cut these out. Let's do this next. Cut these out. We have bossy R again. Last week we cut out our A and our O. Remember, A is R. You hear R with bossy R. And with an O, you hear OR. We're going to learn bossy R. It's and When you have an R with an E, an I, and a U, you just hear Okay, so let's cut these out. You don't have to do anything with them. They're just, I would have probably had you put them on little sticks to have them, But you don't have to. Just cut them out so you can put them next to bossy R and talk about him. These are our other vowels that we find with an R, and you just gotta memorize these things, these sounds that they make when they're with bossy R. He likes to boss the vowels around, and he makes some different sounds. Now E, I, and U all pretty much make the same sound when they're with bossy R. You don't hear them. You don't hear your vowels. They're quiet. All right, let me get my chart. A big chart here. So the top, let's go over here with ER. ER, this is a fern. Here, you hear the ER together, you just hear fern. This is a word you should all know because we've been practicing it. Purple. You just hear another You don't say purple. Okay. Let's look back up here. Look. Somebody's this word is birthday. See the IR? Once again, you just hear birthday. And what are these? Purses, another UR. Purses. So you just hear the sound, okay? That's also on your paper. I'll go over some words with you that were on the back of my chart, but I have them on these little cards. So it'll be easier for you to see. Let's start with the ER. We'll do our ER words. There's not very many. We have a couple IR. And, I only have 2 ER. So all they give you for ER is fern. That's what was on, and that's also in this picture here, fern. And ST, stern. Fern and stern. Then we have, let's do our IRs. Do a D. Dirt. And then you just put an SH in front of it. Shirt. IR is another, just That's all you say when you see those two together. And last we have our 3 words. Whoops. Dropped one. Okay. We have again, put a B in front of it. Burn. Burn. With a T. Turn. And with a CH. Churn. Okay, those are our UR words that they give you. All right, so let's look at our sentences here. Let's read them together. See what it says over here. It says circle the sentence that matches each picture. So you're circling the whole sentence. And this time it doesn't say phrase, it says sentence. Remember, a sentence always starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. So that's how you know. All right, so let's read this together. Ready? His dad is one of our new words, stern. If somebody is stern, what are they? Anybody know? If someone's stern, it means like they're strict, they have a lot of rules. So if his dad is stern, he has a lot of rules, and if the whoever the boy is they're talking about, if he did something wrong, his dad, he would get in trouble. Like his dad's stern and makes him follow the rules. That's who someone is stern. Okay, so I don't see his dad is stern. So let's read what this is. Here, that's a word we have, is a big, and I just showed you this word, fern. So which one would you circle? Let me use my marker because this is on the back side. So you're circling the sentence. Here is a big fern. All right, let's try to read these down. A couple long ones down here. Oh, what's that little puppy doing? Looks like he's getting in trouble. Huh. All right, well, let's read about another sentence. Remember, capital letter, period at the end. That's what's in a sentence. This pup has a long O hose. Okay, let's still read the bottom one though. There are no pups here. Which one is it? First one, right? This pup has a hose. Looks like he's chewing on it. He's going to put a hole in it and the hose isn't going to work. Because what do puppies like to do? Puppies like to chew on things. They're like babies. Babies like to put things in their mouth. Puppies like to do that too. Alrighty, it says read. So let's read these together. Make sure you hop on your little lily pads. Ready? Say them with me. Come, love, his, Jesus, splash. Alrighty. Let's get our next page, our next phonics page. Should have this one next. And I forgot to tell you on the other page to write your name. Just remember that because I looked up here and thought about that. Write your name. Write your name on your paper. Let me see what it says here for us to do. It says color the grapes purple if you hear the sound as you hear in her. So the girl, you're saying her. So you're going to color. I'm going to get my purple crayon. Your purple crayon, color these grapes purple. So you say her. This is a cow. Cow. Do you hear an sound in there? No. Let's go down to this one. This is a skirt. Skirt. You hear an Yes. You're going to color that one. And the last one is a shirt. Shirt. Yes, you hear an sound. You're going to color that one. The only one you shouldn't have colored is the cow. Cow should not be colored. All right, on the back, it says circle each picture that has the sound you hear in fern. Let me use my marker again since this is the back side. So trace over your fern. So I'll read you what each one of these is. You're listening for an sound. Well, what color is this? Purple. So you're going to circle purple. You have nurse. Do you hear an Nurse. Yes, And now they're saying girl. Girl. Yeah, it's an I-R. Girl spelled Girl. Girl. Now, what do you think this picture is? Let me see what they have for this one. They have on there swing. Swing. No, you hear an ing sound. Nope, there's no in there. This last one is a purse. Do you hear an Yes, so circle purse. All right, so you should have traced over fern, purple, nurse, girl, and purse. Nurse and purse actually rhyme, huh? All right, those are your sounds. Okay. We'll do more this week on those sounds. All right. So next, I just want to show you which handwriting page you will be doing. Page 153. It says she chose a new word I showed you today, fern. She chose a fern. So what color should this fern be? Green, huh? Like all the pictures you saw. You can color her clothes whatever color, but make sure your fern is green. So that's the one you're going to do your worksheet or handwriting page you're doing today. And next I'll be reading to you your book for reading. So get your reading book out. We'll read, and then we'll have math. Alrighty. So get your reading books out and we'll read together our new book, The Plan. Looks like they're going to plant a garden in that one too. Okay, so get your reading next.